Hello, everyone. I am starting just a little bit earlier than advertised today, just 4 minutes earlier. I was like 10 minutes late yesterday, but welcome if you're just happening into this live stream just from a post from YouTube saying, hey, Ruby Thursday is live. Then just a reminder, my name is Melissa Wanish. I am the founder of Ruby Thursday, this channel. And I've been doing this for a while and on and off in different ways, lots of different types of videos. But right now, the main project is that we are making a NFT membership site for the NFT that we launched. Good morning. Hello, Mike. Hello, you made it. I know I haven't said anything to my email list actually. But uh, next week I will. Anyway, so thank you, Mike. Good to have you as well. So I hope you were able to check out the yesterday's video was actually just launching a Rails 7 app and getting some of those basic things set up and also just a description of what we're doing. So I won't go over too much of that today, but we're making a membership site for the NFT folks who own Adult Fantasy. And so if you know nothing about that, you can head over to adultfantasy.io. We launched that in December, and so now we're going to have some utility, some things, special things for the people who hold that NFT. And it's going to be first some rewards that I'm very leaving very vague on purpose for surprise. And so we are just going to work on the membership. So I got the base stuff done yesterday. Today we are working on having just a homepage. At the end of yesterday, if you were there or watched, then you know that I was like, oh wait, I really do need a database before you can do anything. So I got that up and running. I'm on a new computer, so that took me just a moment. Postgres always has this thing with Linux, Ubuntu, where you have to change a config for the right type of logging in. But I did get that done. So we're going to start from that spot. We have a very basic test outlined. And so we're going to get that to pass. And then hopefully that's not too much and we get that done. But my goal is to at least start on the authentication, which in this case is new for me. Um, it's going to be logging in. Okay, well, it's technically sign in with Ethereum. And I wonder how you pronounce it. If anybody knows, because they're saying SIWE. I'll have to find some YouTube thing where they because I want to pronounce it SWE because I think that's fun. That's probably not how you just pronounce it. Like in English, it would be SIWE. SIWE. I don't know. Maybe you just say it out. SIWE. Anyway, if anybody has a YouTube where they pronounce it and everybody's agreed that that's how it's pronounced, let me know. All right, so we're gonna get started. Um, Actually, I'm gonna minimize up here. That's for later. First, we just got to have a login page, so we can even have that button to um, to uh, to, to log in. All right, and I need to add myself to this stream. I need to share. Well, if I just share, then it adds me. Screen two. Got nice big font. Maybe too big, but it can never be too big. So you see here, I was doing some updating of the not HB, PGHBA conf in order to have it log in and create a database with that user. So I'm just going to close that. This is now running. It wasn't before. Um, let's see if we can go to localhost, the basic Rails local. Can I still go to localhost? 3000. Yes. All right. See, I've got basic Rails up and running. And yay. Okay, so we'll just minimize that for now. And I'm gonna make a new up here. This is just running. We'll just have this kind of up there so we have access to it. But I'm actually not in the code right now. Let me go there. We called it AF membership. I restarted my computer yesterday. For some reason, it kept the caps lock on. I was like, "What? Stop that!" So here's some stuff I edited here just to make the database work. We got our member and our the username of the project, and then the password, and that was also. I also need localhost, and then it worked. So we can close that. And oh, great. Always lovely when you show that. Well, that will not be the password on production. So it's all dev work right here. So cool. All right. So now this is the um this is the basic idea. So we're just having a home page. I have a feature test that we're just going to make sure we have a home page and it says welcome to adult fantasy. So hello Vitamix, I'm gonna go with. I didn't show Mike's stuff here. Say Mike's saying hi. And then we got Vitamix. Vitamix. That's yeah. All right. Hello, hello. All right, so here we go. Let's run our test and see it fail. There's only one test, so I'm just gonna run the one. No example failed. I don't know why it says that. There must be some uh configuration I'm missing. It's been a while since I've launched a new wait. Hello, come on there. Oh, mouse. You're supposed to be able to click there and get the file path. That's what I'm trying to do. No, you don't want to work today? Alrighty. Well, I will just have to remember what it is. It's spec. Well, if I run a whole spec file? No, it has to be right to the thing. All right. Will that work? No. How interesting. There must be some configuration I'm missing in the helpers. Because when you run the file, it goes. All right, I will figure that out probably later. It'd be nice to run them all at once. All right, so here we go. We have no route that matches the homepage. That's right, we haven't set up any routes yet. I'm going to go ahead and use a Rails generator. Just a controller, because homepage doesn't really need homepage. That looks better. Homepage. And it doesn't need a model or anything but it does need a controller and a view. So here we go. Here we go. All our things. All the stuff they make. I don't use a lot, all of it, but there it is. All right. So now it should have added it to our routes. Let's see. Nope. Need to add route. Route should be, let's see, what did it make? It made, oh, maybe I didn't make any route either. Let's see. Home page is blank. All right, so def index. All right, just that's all we're doing right now. So it's going to be home page index. Okay. And then the next error. Oh, it doesn't like just the end. Okay. Like that. It's been a while. It's been a while. Here we go. Up. Something here. How about that? Okay, cool. Now we've got on to the next thing, which is it's missing a template. I forgot to put anything in there when I made the controller, so we have to add it now. That's totally fine. So the views just made a folder for me with nothing in it. Okay, sounds fine. All right, and new file, index.html. ML dot. I'm sure there's going to be there's probably going to be some kind of Ruby in there. All right, and then we'll just have an H1 and welcome. I didn't know I wanted to say welcome. Welcome to Adult Fantasy. That's pretty fun. It's like auto completing. H1. Okay. Where are we now in our test? Yay! We have a home page. Let's see what it looks like. I think I have to go back over here. No. Refresh. Welcome to Adult Fantasy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, cool. So we did that. All right, now let's commit. And now for the much harder stuff. All right, let's go back over here. All right, good. Status. Oops, sorry. Get status. Um. Oh, I didn't commit all of that stuff from before when I added tracking environmental variables, and then updating the database. So let me add that in another commit. I didn't do that last night. Git add dot git ignore gem file gem file lock, and then I could all do this in one, but I will git add config. I think everything in config. Nope. Config slash database. Commit dev set up dev databases. Okay. Status. Now let's just add all of it. And we could go back and oh, I have a question. I will get to your question in just a moment. Um, Get add dot. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mike. Where was I? Oh, we could go back and add in more tests. I think I'll do more of that a little later. But right now, I think I'd really like to get to the login part, because that to me is one of the biggest question marks of this project, because I haven't logged in to a Rails app with Ethereum wallet. So that's kind of the bigger question. I'm gonna just want to figure that out. So we'll add more tests later. Just as a note. Let me go ahead and add homepage. Okay. All right. Great. So let me take a brief pause because I do have a question. And I'm not going to pronounce correctly, but um, Elida Graham says, I stumbled into a web design at my job and have had to self teach by trial and error with coding. Yes. Do you have any tips for amateur coders? Just to make sure to do it consistently. Start a project, like, hey, I'm going to build a blog, hey, I'm going to build a to-do list. Pick something that has a lot of documentation out there. But then if you have to keep doing it every day, because if you stop and start, it's just so much harder to keep the learning and keep it sort of building those skills on top of each other. I found that when I was more consistent in the early days of doing something every day, it was a lot easier to keep up with, and really just having a project so that you can, I mean, you're already doing web design, so the design part will be great, and so then take your design and try to implement it. And simple projects like blogs or to-do lists or um, any kind of things like that are good to have, like, or Twitter. There's a lot of tutorials. That's the main one. So that's what I recommend, just doing it every day. And you'll get better and better at searching what you need and knowing what's good. Also, just be sure Rails has been around for so long now that there's old stuff out there. Like, even I wouldn't recommend my own videos from way back, because things have changed. So just be sure to look at the date. I try not to do anything that's older than 2 years. Some things are pretty steady, and haven't changed a lot, but I would definitely be wary of documentation that's too old, because that can just lead you down the wrong path. And even when I was starting 8 years ago, some stuff was too old. So um, I think that's sort of my things. Like Haley without the H, Ailey. Okay. Oh, okay. And she's from our Discord, from Adult Fantasy. Yay. I'm not- I don't think I'm gonna try the Discord name either. Uh, Gabe, Susan, Lewis. No, that's like three names. Um, I wonder if those are kids' names. I'm just gonna guess. I'm gonna guess. My dad works for a company where the initials are the owner's kids' names. So all right. Thank you so much for your question. Let me know if you have any other that come up. And more coffee for me. Well, it is early. So and also I'm a little, oh, I don't have anything but a little coffee. Need to get my water back down here. All right. So let's go look at Sign In with Ethereum. Dun dun dun. Too exciting. All right. So I'm gonna there were some resources. Yes. So I will post for those interested in reading the whole thing. So I'm gonna it's the name of a character in The Office. Really? I am so behind on all things like that. Oh, I can't. I have to do it in down here in this one. Um, I'm using two computers. So this is the article I'm looking at. Okay. If I just do this, do I get back to it? Um, this one? Yes. So this is an article Todd actually found for me. He's like, "Oh, look, exactly what you're doing, Melissa. Ethereum login with Rails and MetaMask. Exciting." So this is where I'm sort of going, like learning here from this. Now this breaks it down into very much like a good like tutorial. However, they also mentioned, oh well, there's, we've developed a gem for that, right? So you may yes, Todd Ross. I will show that up. Oh wait, I'll show this too, so that I think the chat comes along, but I'm not sure. So in case not, there's this long enough you could at least Google to find it. All right, and then Mike, and then Mike's like, Todd Rex, it does. He is an expert, like internet researcher. I think if he wanted to make that his job, he could, but it just helps him in all other ways. Okay, so this is the tutorial, but then there's also for like production code, they recommend, hey, we've got these gems that kind of put it together for you. And so that's what this then does. This is an example. And I went to the custom controller because we probably will have custom things. It actually came from this. I'll link this one instead. And we're probably going to follow the custom controller because there's one more piece to this that we're going to add, is to make sure that this address owns an adult fantasy NFT. Like that's how it's a membership site. So you're gonna have to own one to come in right now. This might change later, but right now that's the deal. And so let me go ahead and post that so I don't forget. And then post it on the screen. And then this custom controller one is using this library that is, pretty new, because all of this is pretty new. And so is it only 3 months old? I believe it is. So it's going by a standard. So there's all these Ethereum standards to try to help everybody do it all the same way, and so that they can support. And so it's using this Ruby library, and it does nice things like put it together like this in a Ruby way. As opposed to, you'll see in the example, it's more broken down in a different way. So I am going to use the gem as much as I can as well. So I will link the gem in here. It's a bit scary. Wait, did I? Okay. Dev in the trenches. I'm gonna the 25 lines create method with nested ifs is a bit scary on this page here. Oh no, maybe in the example. Yeah, there's like a, was it here? Was it create method? Yes, if. So what it was, yeah. So if and then, I think they simplified this for not simplified, but they made it like this to make it easier to sort of understand. This is the create. You could instead make sure, what they also suggest is that if you're logging in, you could just like create a user if it's not already there. And so this is, yeah, in the users sessions part. Yes. There's also a sessions. Yeah, this also. There we go. Oh yeah. So this is I think a little bit of what the gem now sort of takes care of, right? Like you could sign this message with just this amount of information here, I think. Let's see. Let's go back here. And then it probably does some of this checking for you. So this is breaking it down, but it's interesting to see, okay, this is what it's doing. I bet you this gem like does that stuff, like all the ifs. Oh no, it takes a message. Does it actually sign you in? Expired message, validate. I bet this does all that. You want to go see? Let's go see. It's in message validate. I don't suppose it goes right to you. It doesn't link. Okay, just pretty. Whew, tapped on something. Let's go with lib message. Yeah, so it sort of puts it all class message. It's got these successors, initialize from validate. So then it extracts that out as well, right? Like it's doing all that and then recover. So it's breaking it out, in the gem instead of putting it all in this lovely woo like that. So that's a reason to potentially, use the gem, but it's good to understand what it's doing, and that's what this tutorial I think is saying. So that it's gonna what all the pieces involved in authenticating are a little more than like, okay, does this username and password match what's in the database? Like this, even if you encrypt the password, which takes technology and nods and I mean all this other stuff that like devise right has sort of figured out for you. There the Ethereum is also checking this signed message instead, which in this tutorial they mention is actually safer than a password, because if phishing sites could sort of you don't realize it's a phishing site, you put your email and password in, and then the bad guys have it. It's a lot harder to do that with a browser extension, where you're signing a message. There's a message signed to the server, the database, and the code to validate it. And so it's a lot harder to you know uh, for bad guys to impersonate other people. So that's good, but it does take a little bit more than just a username and an encrypted password. So just making sure I got everything. Okay, so but let's see what is involved in validating, right? It's going to find the address that's coming from the Ethereum wallet. It's going to look up and see if this user is already in the database. In this case, you could then make the user, or the tutorial made the user first. Um, that the messages, that the user signed the message, and make sure it's not expired, that the nonce matches the database, and these nonces get cycled as part of this. Covers the public key and address from the signature, make sure the address matches in the database, and then logs in the user if everything is true. If all of it is true, it then rotates the nonce for future login. So you just can't keep logging in on the same account. Yeah, it has to do all that to make it secure. And then we're gonna add in, hey, does this person own an NFT? So that's like a whole new thing, which might be, as I think about it, right? Thank you for being my duck and let me know your thoughts. But that is an interesting thing to maybe, I wonder how we could work with the gem to throw that in, right? So if it's, um, let's go back to like just the examples. Um, if it's putting together the message, right? Oh, okay, yeah. So the message we could validate and make sure. We could check before we even send the message that this wallet address, right? That owns an NFT. We don't even check the message unless we do the call out to the Ethereum network, which I think is a different gem that has. I've seen a couple of gems trying to decide which one can help you just make that request to the main net to see what they own. So that's I think how we would do it. I probably should write that down. Write it down. Write it down. Check. Check. Well, yeah. Check. Ownership before. Or we could do it in either order, because then you're just validating it, and then what did it log you in? Because then you actually manually do the session. I don't know if this one like then creates a session for you or not. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can your yeah, it just validates the message. What you do with that message is then up to you to create a session. So you can actually do it in either order. Um, but it is another step. Validation. Okay. All that said, let's see. Where do we want to start today? We got about half an hour. We let's. Generally I go with TDD, right? So I'm not exactly sure how to test this. I don't think a feature test is going to work because it's like a headless browser. I don't really want to go for one and trying to click and extensions, and I just don't think that that's really set up yet. So it's going to be a little bit more unit testing as far as that goes. We could just make a controller test. Right. And then I don't know if we have to like mock the responses from these things, probably. Um, or even from mocking the message if it's valid or not. And I think that's probably the idea. We'd probably mock this response from the valid message. Interesting. Okay. And so I think that's the way to test it, to at least give us a framework for testing it. And so there's also the decision, a lot of thinking today. Also the decision of, is there like a separate process to logging in? This is probably more a Todd question. I don't know if he's listening. The to create the account, I mean, we could always change it later. Maybe it's easier to do one and then the other and then put it together. But the two choices are have a button where you create your account, right? And it does all of this sign up path, right? To have like a name, a username. We are going to want a username. And then we are going to want to capture those things. So a sign up path and then a like sign in path. Or less barrier, just a sign in path. And if there's not this user present, which we could absolutely just go ahead and make that part, then to create it, as long as they have the NFT. Folks, if you want to vote, I will give it a moment. So option 1, 2 steps. Option 2, 1 step. You probably have to fill in your username later. I know there's a delay. I'll drink coffee. Totally fine. If you do not have an opinion, I think I might go with the two steps. A, it's already in the tutorial. B, it's probably easier to put them together than it is to then separate it later. Two steps. All right, we got to vote on two steps. All right. Okay, here we go. Two steps. And look, we might as well just go ahead and do this part. So yeah, it's easier to generate the model. Thank you, Mike. All right. Yeah, way easier. I think you agreed to the easier to put it together if you find that that doesn't work out. All right. So let's see if I remember. I may have to look this up. The syntax to making a model. Um, Rails G model, and then you put in the attributes and the type, right? The like data type. Yeah. So ooh, they want to do presence true and uniqueness true. I can always add that in later. Oh, that part, yeah. ETH address. Are they all strings? I think they're all strings. They didn't really mention. I think they're all strings. ETH address. Okay. Oop. ETH nonce. Keep track of what they've logged in. Thank you, Mike. All right. String. All right. Oh, what? Oh no. Why? Oh, you know what? I didn't name the model. Ha ha. What are we naming the model? User. I mean, I guess I just member. I always like member better than user. Member. Um, on the Discord, we call them adults. Should we be that? Hmm. Let's just go with member. Sometimes you can get really cutesy with the names, but let's just go with member because I think member is descriptive in anything we may do in the future. Adult may be very specific, and we might need that later. But this is just anybody member to the site. So okay, here we go. Thank you all for listening. Let's go check this out. I haven't looked at Rails 7 migrations. Are they at all different? Um, it's been a minute. Let's see, since I've done where's database. Very first migration. Okay, yeah, it just puts 7 next to it. Change, make tables. Okay, so let's go ahead. Timestamps. All right, looks good. All right, and then I don't think we need our server. Well, I'll just leave it. Rails DB migrate. Well, hopefully this works. Creating the databases worked. I haven't actually migrated. Yay! Excited. Okay, did that piece. Let's go. Should we do nitty gritty? Let's just go ahead and add a model spec, shall we? Just to be, oh, let's see. What was it? Oh, there's oh my gosh, it's been a while. But the helpers that make this really easy. Um Oh wait, am I showing this now? Oh, okay. This is on the lower screen. Gonna go to my Ruby Thursday. It is um simple BDD. No, shoulda matchers. Shoulda matchers. Is that still like a good project, as I recall? Been there before. Still up to date. Love to see that. It's ThoughtBot, so it's oh, they have shoes, little socks, little socks. Sorry, not shoes. All right, matchers, active model matchers. Yes, this is just what I want to do. Okay, so let's add this gem to our dev and test environments. Probably just test, right? Yeah, just test. This is why you keep your old code around. Just helps you remember what you use. All right, just test. Yes, thumbs up for shoulda matchers, right? I know, right? Okay. I was like, all right. And then bundle. Okay. All right. And then back to here. So validate presence of. Right? Is there like a little oh, it just goes right to it. Oh, but there we go. Thank you for boilerplate code. Yay. Okay, so back to oh, oh, and it should validate presence of ETH, not ETH address. What do we just make? What do we just make? Here we go. ETH address, nonce, and username. Okay. Why don't we just, for reference, what all we did? And then nonce. And username. The editor is like, oh yeah, I know what you want. Okay. Oh, awesome print. Maybe bullet for check. Let me just. Oh, do I use factory bot Rails? Yes. I have. This will probably go in there sometime. Whenever we need it, I will start putting it in. But yes. Font size. Oh, of this. Oh yeah. Can I just control plus? There we go. Yes, let me know if something's too small. One more? What? It's ginormous. Here we go. Yes. Sorry. I had the editor up, but this is probably, I should just set it as a higher thing. All right, good. Yay. Yes, I will use factory bot Rails. I'll definitely put that in once we start some more, whenever a test needs fake data. And then, or not fake data, stubs and mocks, that kind of stuff. I also use Awesome Print, maybe for bullet check querying. I haven't used that in a while. But yeah, there's a suggestion, folks. All right, here we go. I have 20 minutes. Is this running now? It's gonna fail. That's what it's supposed to. All right. All right. And spec models. Undefined method. Oh, I bet there's more I'm supposed to do with shoulda matchers. Setup wise. Here we go. Rails app. Put this in the Rails helper. Okay. Rails helper. I don't have anything in here. This is probably why. It's not in our, is it within our spec? It's just at the bottom. Okay. Try again. Will you open this app? Will you open this app? Do you mean open source? Like make it public? That's to you on. Thank you for coming. Yeah, clarify. Thank you, Juan, for that. Yeah. Don't worry, when you get older like me, you will love large fonts in the editor. LOL. I'm having more trouble with the reading up close. Actually, I'm now doing I don't know, you can my hand, right? I'm now doing like this for small font. That's what I'm doing. Yes, open source. I will think about it. I haven't done a lot of that. Um, but especially in the like Ethereum NFT space, everything is very, very public. And so I don't think there's anything specific and that anybody just couldn't use, but I will double check with Todd because he's uh the CEO, I would say. So we'll see. We'll see. I may be able to publish some of it. It's not ready for prime time yet, so and when it is, then we can look at it. Okay. Let's see our failures real quick. As expected, but it did not. Dun dun dun. Okay, so let's go put in our. I mean, it's right here. Might as well just. Oh, I didn't do uniqueness yet, so we'll just do. Well, maybe we'll go ahead and add in, especially for these little. Not little, but Remember, I need the model. Let's go ahead and, oh, I don't have a linter yet. I need to get myself a linter. Note to self, get a linter. Let's go ahead, valid presence. And then shoulda matchers has, uniqueness. Yeah, it's, just uniqueness. Okay. No scope 2, but it's okay. Take that out. And do. Oh, I missed the it. Okay, almost there. And then we'll run it again and it should pass. Clean that up. Okay, let's try again. Did I fix up the model? The member? Did I fix it up? Yes. Okay. Pass. Yay! 6 examples, 0 failures. Awesome. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna get add dot. Everything's brand new practically. So, all right, get commit, add member model. Okay. All right, and now if we were running through this tutorial a little bit, 2 steps: create, and ETH. I don't have that gem. I need that one. Create an account. You may now log in. Okay. All right. Is there? I think we'll need this. I don't think that's this validates the message. This is more like login. This is creating the. I wonder if it has a create. No, it just does session. It assumes you're there. The example. What does the sessions controller look like? It's using. Else. Oh, that's a profile. Message, blah 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 blah. Oh, sign out. I'll be good. All green. Kent Beck is on our side. Oh no. I don't know what Kent Beck is. It's on our side. Did he? Kent Beck. I'm terrible sometimes at knowing references. There you go. He wrote. I have that book. It's right over there. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me who he is. Props to Kent Beck. Okay. All right. And the guy, yes, the guy who created. He did. I love. It says Lisp. Made with Lisp. We'll have to talk later. Okay. All right. So. All right. Let's go with this because we're making our person. Can you copy it? No. Just. So let's not. TDD. If we're gonna TDD this. In Kent Beck style. So it would be Rails G controller. What is it? Members controller. Controller. Oh, I forgot to call the other one a controller. It just says homepage. Oh well. Members controller, and we need to create path. Is there also, because they talked about login, path in the right here. You know what I mean? It's like login, and then they do the form, and then JavaScript. No, that's session. Yeah, they've left pieces out here, and that's okay. They assume you know how to put together a Rails app. Because then there would be, well, I think that should be on sessions, right? Sessions would be login and then create. Yeah. So just create users if we ever show users or if you have a profile. Okay, so I think we just need create. Okay. And then, oh, right, request specs now, not controller specs, right? That's what we do now. Yes. Okay. Requests. Okay. Let's see here. Right. Done away with controller specs. All right. Describe, get, create. It returns. Um. mm, well, we probably need a login page too. Yeah, or a create. Create. This create is wrong. This is oh, missed a step, but that's okay. I can just add it. Right. So this is when you push the button. With this form, it's new. We need a new because this would be get new. Get new. Expect response to have success. Okay, so this will fail because we do not have new. We just made create. So let's if I there we go. Copy relative path. All right. Okay, so it'll be red. Because we don't have new. Ah, we don't have a new. Sadness. Okay, let's go to our controller. Oh, it did make it a homepage controller. Oh, was it? Okay, yeah. Rails is smart enough. It's like, we know what you mean. The generator. All right, so we need new is usually above create. I don't remember. Def new. Yeah, there's as, and then the routes. Is routes still open? Right. Get members. Create. Actually, get members new. And then we'll have to post the other one. Your wife is watching too? So you probably will need create new and destroy. Yes, probably destroy too. Some other day. But yes, new, create, and destroy. We need at least those. What we could do is comment it out for now. Def. Probably. Just a placeholder. Oop. There we go. Yes, she is. Well, thanks. Thanks for watching. I got about 5 minutes left. I'm hoping we can get, I don't know how far we can get here, but where are we on our test? I think it'll just be okay now. No, I don't have a template. Template, yeah. Okay. It's like half generation, half see, that might not need this we should rename. because the post doesn't need a template. Okay. Okay. So the basic page is there. There's just nothing on it. Right? There's like nothing on it. Hey, well, I actually there is something on it. Okay. All right, that's a good spot. Mhm. Probably some of this is wrong because it says create. We'll clean out stuff later. And that is um members controller and new view. Okay. All right. I only have a little bit of time, so I think this is a good stopping point. I hate to get too far in the middle of something, but so now we've talked through all the sign in with Ethereum. Um, we'll continue with this. I haven't um, completely um, what's the word? Decided next week's schedule. Sorry, thinking lots of thoughts. So next week's schedule probably will be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is a goal. And I will try to add an evening session for those of you who may be coming on later and watching. I am neglecting everybody west of here because it's early in the morning. So I will try to add in an evening session on Thursday. Hey, it's Ruby Thursday. So I've announced Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If you are in the Discord, we'll say that again. I will get to my email list next week. And otherwise, you can sign up and subscribe to the Ruby Thursday channel as well if you're here interested in all things Ruby and Ethereum coming up. So, and thank you so much for everybody for coming by and helping me out. Thank you so much for the questions. And we will see you next Tuesday. All right. Have a good one. This is the awkward part where I hit the button. And have a great day. Bye bye.